Hi everyone, I just thought I'd do a quick flip collaborate in regards to assignment 2. This is a brand new assignment, so if you have done this unit previously, you will need to do this assignment from start, so you're not going to be able to use any of your old assignment that you have created previously, so make sure that you are aware of that and that you submit a brand new assignment. I know we're going to have our live collaborate session in a couple of weeks, but I thought I would do this one very quickly just so you can see some of the resources that are available to you. So here are our assignment details. So you can see you need your introduction, which is no more than 100 words. Then number 2 is you're going to explain one reading and one writing strategy within a chosen age group in early years education. So just take note of that. It's early years education in Australia, and an explanation why they are essential to children's literacy development. And that's going to be about 300 words. Then you're going to use your selected reading and writing strategies, evaluate for each its relationship to the Victorian Early Years Learning and Development Framework, the Victorian curriculum or the Australian curriculum, or your relevant curriculum document. So you can use the EYLF there as well. Then you're going to develop and explain a learning experience or lesson using the relevant resources that are associated with reading and writing strategies that you've chosen. And then you're going to evaluate your learning experience or lesson or resource based on how you can support your chosen age groups with your learning strategies, interests and needs in relation to children's literacy development. And then you're going to provide a conclusion. So that's a lot of information there. And if you have a look at our rubric, the rubric completely relates, as you would expect it to your overview of your assignment. So there you go, you're looking at the explanation and evaluation of reading and writing strategies in relation to children's literacy development, the EYLF or the Australian curriculum, or whichever relevant policy you're using. The explanation and evaluation of the learning experiences or lessons and resources in relation to supporting children's learning, their strengths, interests and needs in developing literacy. Then you've got 10 marks, which is fantastic for the use of relevant conventions of English, spelling, punctuation, grammar and syntax. So make sure you proofread your assignment, that's really important. And then you've got 10% for your correct use of APA referencing. So that's another area that you can do really well in as long as you've got your correct APA referencing. I would advise for this assignment that you use your Studiosity, that you submit your assignment to Studiosity so that you can get some feedback in relation to your structure, your grammar, your syntax and your APA referencing. They're a really fantastic service that you get to use as a student. So I would really encourage you to use it and make sure that you have the time to submit it to them. They need about 48 hours to go through your assignment and then return it to you. So please don't leave it to the last minute. Just make sure you've got some time there in regards to that. So I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to go back up to our assignment details, and I'm just going to go over to our Padlet because that is where all of your information is going to be. And actually there is a fantastic infographic here which we're going to go through and use in our live collaborate session, but I just thought I would quickly show you that it's a great tool that you can be following in regards to setting out your assignment. So it's basically showing you what you need to be having in your introduction. So you're going to explain what's going to be discussed in your essay, what's the main aim, and what your essay is going to include. Now remember, you've only got 100 words, so make sure you do that really succinctly. That's really important to do. So then the body, this is where we really need to get into our reading strategies and also our writing strategies. Okay, so these are really important in relation to our body of our assignment. So when you're looking at reading and writing strategies, I'm just going to go back over to our Padlet and I'm going to show you where I've put those here. So you can see there are lots of, there's a link there for your strategies for writing, and there's some here, and there's a great tutorial there in regards to your writing strategies. The fabulous thing is you actually only need to choose one of them. So you can choose whichever one you like and just give it a definition and an overview, and then you need to make sure that you're linking it back to the question. So there's your writing strategies, and there you've got some teaching strategies for teaching reading. And chapter 13 of your e-text has got some great ideas there as well. And remember, you only need to be choosing one. So that's a really important thing to remember when you're thinking about writing this assignment. You don't have a lot of words either, so that's really important to remember as well. So I'm just going to go back and find that. There it is. So basically you need to also be linking your strategy back to your curriculum document. So it depends on which curriculum document you are using. And again, you can use any of those curriculum documents, but you need to make sure that you've given an example of how the strategy develops the element of reading according to the curriculum. So that's where your links are there. So that's really, really important that you do that. So for example, if you've chosen guided reading, how does that relate to the curriculum, and how does it develop the reading, so reading in early childhood? So that's a really good question to be answering. And then you're going to be doing the same for your writing strategies. Okay, so you can, maybe you've chosen shared writing, so you're going to explain shared writing. You're going to give an example how this strategy develops an element of writing in relation to the curricula. So that's a bit of an overview in regards to your strategies. Now, I just wanted to really touch on the learning experience part of this assignment, because I think that's really important, because you don't have a lot of words when you're coming to write this. So when you're talking about a learning experience, and I'm just going to go back here and just show you that there's some learning experiences here for writing and some learning experiences here for reading. But if I'm just going to go back to our assignment details, development and explanation of a learning experience or lesson using relevant resources that are associated with each reading and writing teaching strategy that you have. So I would be taking your reading strategy first, then I would be developing a learning experience. Now, I'm not looking for a detailed learning experience. I'm looking for an overview of a learning experience. You don't have enough words to tell me about in great detail of your learning experience. So you need to give me an overview. And you need to also ensure that you're talking about some resources that you could be using in regards to your learning experience that you're developing. So for example, you might be using a big book. The students might be using some small individual books as well. So you just need to give me a bit of an overview in regards to what the resources are. Again, you don't have a lot of words, so don't go into great elaborate detail. An overview of your learning experience is completely fine, so that we can see that you are able to show us how you would use that strategy in a classroom. And remember, it's for early years education, so that's really important as well. Then once you have done that and explained that, you're going to give an evaluation of your learning experience or lesson and resources based on how they can support your chosen age group's learning strengths. So you're going to evaluate your learning experience. So what is your learning experience? What are going to be the outcomes of your learning experience? And when you're evaluating those, how do they help our students' interests and needs in relation to children's literacy development? And it's about 300 words there. So make sure that you don't just gloss over that part. That's really important in regards to evaluating your learning experience, okay? Very important. And then you're going to give a conclusion of 100 words, which ties everything together. You're not going to bring in any new information. You're going to tie everything together. You'd give an overview of the strategies that you've looked at, that you've related them to learning experiences, and then you've evaluated these learning experiences in relation to your chosen age group's learning strengths, interests, and needs in relation to children's literacy development. So that's basically how your assignment is going to look. We're going to be talking about it more in detail in our live Collaborate session. And I just wanted to really highlight that there is a lot of resources here in regards to assignment 2. So make sure you're really having a great look at the Padlet. You're scrolling down because sometimes you can see that there's information that might be hidden. So it's really important that you have a look there. I really want to highlight, I guess, the referencing as well. In some of your first assignments, the referencing wasn't that strong. So just make sure that you've really got a good grasp on that APA 6th edition. That's really important. And if you need more information, there's some great resources in the Help Hub. So please make sure that you're referencing in text and you're referencing with your end of text reference list as well. That's really important. Okay, I'm going to leave you to it now, and hopefully that's given you a bit of an overview to help you get started in regards to this assignment. Bye for now.